Hi everyone. In this video, we will be exploring career opportunities for law students after completing law. I have divided these career opportunities into 12 broad categories, which I would be explaining in much detail further in the video. So let's see these categories. The first one being litigation, second corporate, third alternate dispute resolution, fourth jobs in consulting, fifth judiciary and law clerks job, jobs in research and teaching, government jobs, law firm management jobs, legal process outsourcing also known as LPO, legal transcription and translation, jobs in non-governmental organizations, and jobs in journalism. Now let's discuss these topics in more detail. First up, we have litigation. Litigation is the first love for many law students. So the opportunities in litigation have been divided here in three main topics, being criminal litigation, civil litigation, and corporate litigation. Corporate litigation is also a part of civil litigation, but because of new opportunities arising in corporate litigation, I have chosen to put it into a separate category altogether. So coming to criminal litigation. In criminal litigation, we have advocates who choose to specialize at a particular stage. For example, you could have advocates who only specialize in bail matters. There could be advocates who only take up trial matters. There are advocates who only appear in the High Court in the form of first appeal, and advocates who appear only in the Supreme Court in the form of second appeal. There's also one more important category of criminal litigation, which is also called as white collar crimes, which are basically crimes which are done by high profile people and economic crimes. So if you want me to discuss in detail about this, you can mention in the comments. I'll make a video specially dedicated to white collar crimes. Next, coming to civil litigation. Now there are ample of opportunities in civil litigation as well. In civil litigation, you can choose to specialize in property law, in family law, in testamentary matters, environmental laws, constitutional laws, immigration matters, labor law, and so on and so forth. This list is never ending, and it's not always necessary that you specialize in one particular domain. You can always have interdisciplinary knowledge as well. Next, coming to corporate litigation. This is also a very lucrative type of litigation wherein the matters are related to company law, which first go to the National Company Law Tribunal, also called as NCLT, which then escalates to NCLAT, the Appellate Tribunal, and then moves on to the High Court and the Supreme Courts. Then you can also explore corporate litigation opportunities in real estate industries, banking, insurance, and business which deal in finance. Next is the very famous corporate or the non-litigation kind of job. Let me clarify that corporate litigation and corporate work are two different things. In corporate litigation, you have to deal with court. In corporate work, you don't really have to deal with the court work. What you have to deal with is what I will discuss. So when you work in the corporate world and when you're a corporate lawyer, you will be engaged as a contract expert, or you will be dealing with mergers and acquisitions. You could be handling corporate governance work. You could be an intellectual property lawyer, which includes a trademark attorney. Not a trademark attorney, but a trademark agent, a patent agent. So basically, trademark agents and patent agents, they are responsible for filing the trademark applications or the patent applications. You can also deal with compliance and regulatory affairs. You could deal with tax compliances. You could help startups to make various documents. such as memorandum of association, articles of associations, etc. etc. You could also work as an in-house counsel. An in-house counsel is basically a lawyer which works with a company and handles all of the legal work which the company has to deal with. That also includes appointing other lawyers if in case they need any special advice. Next up is alternate dispute resolution. Now, alternate dispute resolution is a very popular kind of work which is coming up for lawyers, which includes arbitration and mediation. Negotiation is also a part of it, but most of the practice revolves around arbitration and mediation. So in arbitration, you can work as an arbitration counsel. Now, what is arbitration? Arbitration is basically a kind of settlement where the parties agree to do the settlement outside the court. So basically, instead of a judge, the parties appoint an arbitrator, and then parties appoint their own counsels, and the matter is heard by the arbitrator and a decision is given by the arbitrator, which is called as the arbitral award. Now, these arbitrations can be domestic arbitration, it can be international arbitration, but there are only certain specific type of disputes that can be covered under arbitration. Next is mediator. In mediation as well, a mediator is appointed who tries to settle the dispute between the parties and to bring a common ground between them. So you could always enroll as a mediator by fulfilling the criteria. So the Supreme Court has come out with certain criteria to become a mediator. You can always go through that and enroll yourself as a mediator. Next is working as a legal consultant. So legal consultants are lawyers which many companies hire for a particular period of time to provide services related to certain aspects. For example, companies may require consultancy related to property laws, real estate laws, intellectual property rights, taxes, startups, labor law, compliance consultancies. So there are various types of services that a legal consultant may be asked to provide to different companies. Now, this could be for a specific duration, or this could be on a contractual basis, or also it could be like a full-time job, which is similar to a corporate lawyer. Next is the very popular and prestigious judiciary and law clerks. So if you are just coming out of your law and you decide to enter judiciary, the lower or the subordinate judiciary is your option. You could give the judiciary exams for the post of a civil judge, junior division, or a judicial magistrate. Along with this, there are also judicial law clerks who work very closely with judges. They are required to do a lot of research, attend court hearings, prepare brief matter notes, and sometimes also brief the judge on the cases which are listed on that day. The next category is research and teaching. There are various think tanks which absorb lawyers for research work. Organizations which carry out policy research also do absorb lawyers. There are various international bodies and forums which require lawyers as researchers, and also legal journals which recruit lawyers. Apart from this, there are also opportunities in teaching. So if you want to teach as a law professor, the criteria is to qualify UGC NET, or if you have done your PhD. Next up is the most popular government jobs. So judiciary also is a type of government job, but I felt that this can be covered as a new category because there are so many opportunities for lawyers. So there are various positions which are available for lawyers through SEC CGL, through exams like SBI PO. Also, many PSUs absorb lawyers such as ONGC, IOCL, NHPC, BHEL, etc. etc. The RBI absorbs lawyers as legal officers. The SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India, absorbs lawyers as legal officers. And of course, the famous UPSC and PSCs, if one is interested in administrative services. The next category is a relatively very new category which I have come across on LinkedIn. So this is law firm management. So law firm management is basically where your legal skill and management skills are combined together to help various law firms function. So this is also a very upcoming field and you could always explore these options as well. Next is legal process outsourcing, also called as LPO. Now LPO is basically a practice wherein the legal work is outsourced from external service providers or companies. So there could be a foreign law firm that is seeking some outsourcing of legal work in India, and you could work for these companies. Now, what are the types of companies that actually hire you for this work? So these could be foreign law firms, some organizations. And what is the kind of work that you'll be doing? You could be given document review work, research work, due diligence, drafting, and many more other legal support work. Next one is also a very interesting kind of a field, which is legal transcription and translation. So there are various companies which are hiring lawyers to create legal transcripts. Basically, these are court proceedings which are being converted into transcripts, or there are legal documents such as documents which are in regional languages and have to be converted into other languages. This is also a major type of work which lawyers are hired for. As lawyers, you could always also work with NGOs. Now, NGOs also have a lot of legal drafting and documents which they require on a day-to-day basis, and also there are various compliances which NGOs need to fulfill. So you could always help NGOs with that work, being employed with them. And last up is legal journalism. So you must have seen various legal websites which actually write legal content. So they hire lawyers to do so. So this could be reporting a particular proceeding in the court, or maybe writing a write-up on a particular judgment. You could also see these articles in various newspapers. So these are basically lawyers who are hired to do such kind of jobs wherein they write legal articles based on certain legal proceedings, or maybe clarifying certain legal position. So this is also where lawyers are being recruited. So that's up for this video, guys. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with all your law friends.